insecticide, fungicide, fertilizer, shade, filter, whatever it is. We give to the growers, we supply, distribute among the growers, and no profit, no loss, free. And we have our own leaf analysis laboratory as well as the soil testing laboratory. We have our own laboratory. We have 2 more distribution centers in Kullu and Manali also for the growers. And we arrange the training camps to the growers, training camps, pruning training camps, nutrition training camps. All the camps are arranged by YouTube. Association is doing all the jobs, solving all the problems faced by the growers with the state government as well as the growth of India. And we do one thing more. We have stake cattle, and we supply fodder to the stake cattle. It's about 50 lakhs per year. भगवान बंधु, इस वक्त हमारा जो कंपटीशन ही कह लीजिए, हमारा जो कंपटीशन है वो विदेशी सेब से, क्योंकि आप जानते हैं कि विदेशी सेब गुणवत्ता में हमसे बहुत अच्छा है, क्वालिटी में बहुत अच्छा है, और उनकी प्रोडक्शन इज मोर हमारे से बहुत ज्यादा है। उससे आने वाले समय में क्या होने वाला है या हो भी रहा है, उनका सेब आने वाले समय में हमसे सस्ता और हमसे क्वालिटी में अच्छा हमारे देश में मिल जाए। इसके लिए हमारे को अब नए ढंग से खेती बाड़ी, नए ढंग से बागवानी करनी पड़ेगी, जो कि हम 3-4 सालों से अब शुरू कर दिया है हमारे कुल्लू में। इसके लिए हमारे को जो है अब ट्रेडिशनल की बजाय हमारे को रूट स्टॉक की तरफ जाना पड़ेगा। पूरा संसार इस तरफ चला गया है, जो जितनी जल्दी जाएगा उतनी जल्दी उसी का फायदा हम लोग उठाएंगे। तो मैं ज्यादा समय न लेता हुआ मैं मिस्टर कुणाल चौहान से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आगे की कार्रवाई जो है वो करें आज की। इसके बाद हम थोड़ा ये अपना डिस्प्ले करेंगे या बताएंगे, उसके बाद हम सीधे ही ऑर्चर्ड में जाएंगे और वहाँ पे जो ये एक्सपर्ट आए उनकी प्रूनिंग ट्रेनिंग करेंगे। इसके बाद जो भी आपकी क्वेरीज होगी, जो भी आपने पूछना होगा, आप मिस्टर कुणाल चौहान से पूछ सकते हैं और उनके साथ जो आए हैं ग्रीबा नर्सरी के एमडी, उनसे पूछ सकते हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। कोई बीच में होगी बात
मैं कैपिटल ग्रो हूँ कोऑर्डिनेशन, और अब हम लोग मिलके पुराने ऑर्चर्ड्स जैसे हमारे खत्म हुए उसको कन्वर्ट करें हाइडेंस। काफ़ी सालों से कर रहे हैं, हम लोग थोड़ी कामयाबी मिलनी शुरू हो गई है। और आज हम स्टीफन निकोलोडी के साथ ही ये मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर हैं ग्रीबा नर्सरी। ग्रीबा नर्सरी काफ़ी बड़ी नर्सरी है कि आप लोग पहले भी जानते होंगे। सेब 90% प्रोडक्शन एप्पल ट्रीज की करके एक ही चीज़ पे फोकस करते हैं सारी, जैसे सोल फ्रूट कई नर्सरी होती है, हर चीज़ उगा है। और ग्रीबा सिर्फ सेब के पेड़ ही तैयार करती है, और मोस्टली M9 स्टॉक से तैयार करते हैं, पेड़ 111 पे भी करते हैं। और गाला और रेड डिलिशियस की काफ़ी सारे क्लोन जो अब हम हमारे लिए हाउसहोल्ड नेम जैसे डार्क मैरून गाला, रश्मि रेड गाला वाल, ये ग्रीबा की अपनी क्लोन्स है, अपनी वेराइटीज है। और M9 रूट स्टॉक के बारे में शायद आप लोग जानते होंगे, साइज पेड़ का छोटा रहता है, ड्रॉपिंग रूट स्टॉक है, और प्रोडक्शन और क्वालिटी काफ़ी हाई रहती है। अगर हम सीडलिंग से कंपेयर करें तो ट्वाइस द अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, और आई थिंक क्वालिटी अगर सीडलिंग की फ्रूट्स की बात करें हम लोग तो अगर 2000 रुपीज़ पर बॉक्स की करें तो आज की डेट में स्टॉक इजी 4000 या इवन मोर, उससे भी ज़्यादा सकता है। तो अभी हम आपको थोड़ा सा पहले लैंडस्केप दिखाते हैं कि यहाँ से कितना मैचिंग है। अभी हम तो शिमला से भी मैच करते हैं उसको, शिमला में तो ज़्यादा स्टीप है, और अगर मनाली जो मैं देख रहा हूँ जो आपका टेरेन है बिल्कुल ही एग्जैक्टली उनके रीजन की तरह कॉपी है। जब आप इसे वीडियो देखेंगे या फोटो देखेंगे वो बिल्कुल ही कॉपी है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि ये डिफिकल्ट होगा, यहाँ तो इम्प्लीमेंट करना और भी ईजी है। शिमला में थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट जरूर है, हम लोगों को टेरेन करना पड़ता है, पहले सीधा खेत बनाने पड़ते हैं, तो यहाँ काफ़ी ईजी है करना। और जितना मर्जी भी कुछ हमारे 4-5 साल में यहाँ बगीचे लगे भी ग्रीबा के पेड़ों के, तो अच्छा रिजल्ट आ रहा है। एक अच्छी ऑप्शन है जहाँ पे सिनाइज पुराने बगीचे हैं, अब रिटर्न नहीं आ रही है, क्वालिटी कम हो रही है, ये तो जानी मुझे बातें सबके साथ है। क्वालिटी हमारे शिमला में भी प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, बॉयल में यहाँ भी आ रही होगी। तो नई क्लोन और नई वेराइटीज की डिमांड है अब मार्केट में, और मेरे ख्याल से ग्रीबा की जो क्वालिटी है
it's easier. So good morning to everybody. It's a pleasure to be here in the Kullu area. Even if I know that you had hard times the last weeks and the last months because of heavy monsoon, I hope all the best for you and really all the best for the future, and we will stand behind you, and hopefully in the coming years we are able really to deliver you high quality trees to have high and very good results in your own orchards here in Kullu area. A few words to my company. So as Kunal and the chairman said, my name is Stefano Corodi. I'm the managing director of Griba Nursery. It's the biggest quality nursery in Italy. We have an annual production of almost 3 million quality trees, which are mostly grafted on M9 rootstock, but nevertheless we have also some strong rootstock if required. We have some different M9 selections. We are with the Geneva program as well involved, so we have access to many different rootstocks. Our company has a long history, so we are not a young company. We are almost 40 years on the market, so we have a long experience since the M9 rootstock was introduced in Italy, which was beginning of the 80s. Our nurserymen in Griba started slowly to produce their own trees. At the beginning in the mountain area of Bolzano, then slowly, because of land availability, they moved down to Verona. It's just 1 hour south of Bolzano, where we have plenty of nice flat land, sandy land, with a good climate, with a lot of water availability, where we are producing this high quality nursery. So you can see we are using high technology. We have high sprayers, we have 100% of drip irrigation, we have our own rootstock production. So we are really trying to work as hard as possible. On the other hand, keep in mind all our trees are certified trees, so we start with certified virus-free material, as well the rootstock and as well the barkwood. So most, here you can see nice trees, nice branch trees. So our main focus in the nursery is quality. Quality can be defined in different terms. On one side, quality means healthy trees, means strong trees, means nice trees, but on the other side, quality means as well feathers. So as you know, your old farm, we have a brand new cold storage where we can store all our trees before loading. So you can imagine we are starting with India roughly before Christmas time and going on till May, June time, because we are exporting in more than 29 countries. So you can imagine not all the countries need the trees at the same time. When, for instance, countries have still snow, the other countries want to plant the trees, and vice versa. For instance, Russia, where it's snowing until February, where it's very cold, before April, May time, we are not delivering the trees. At the same time, we have also an own breeding program, 2008, where we try to breed new, sustainable, eco-friendly, scab-resistant, tasty, and grower-friendly apple varieties. So we have our own team there. We have 6-7 people. They work hardly day by day, trying to cross new varieties, trying to evaluate new varieties by color, by crop, by problems, whatever, pathogen resistance, and so on. So it's a really nice job on one side, but on the other side, a lot of resources need to be invested, time, money, long years of waiting. So you can imagine that to breed a new apple variety, we need at least 15 years. So it's not done in 1-2 years, we need 15 years, and once we have the new tested apple variety, we need to introduce it in the market. So as I understood, for instance, here, this area, you have roughly 18,000 hectares of apples, mostly old apple orchards. That means on seedling rootstocks or on very big. The market is always more, how to say, it's a kind of with the right word. They want always more. They want tasty apple, they want crunchy apple, they want sweet apple. So just by delivering traditional, delicious apple, it's probably for the new generation of consumers a little bit too less. So the whole world is doing that. So slowly, also India, even though you make still good money with traditional apple varieties, the consumer, we need to motivate young consumer to eat apples, okay? You have a very young population in India. I mean, the average age is around 30 years or even less probably. So we have still old people, but the future will be young people. We have to motivate them not to eat McDonald's, not to eat KFC or fast food. They need to eat fresh fruit, and we have to produce nice, fancy, sweet, crunchy, crispy apples that are liked by young people. So maybe we can here see some nice projects all around the world. So we have also our consulting team where our private agronomists from Griba travel all around the world to consult our big customers, where we try to have awesome results for them. So we visit them several times of the year, from the pruning time to chemical thinning to hand thinning, pre-harvest time, harvest time, so in order to achieve together the best result possible. So every area, as you may know, has its own difficulties. So it's not that in some areas the same recipe will work, but here you can see that the area where I am from is pretty similar to Himachal Pradesh. Really, believe me. So we have hilly sites, we have slopes, we have very small orchards, an average of maybe 1 hectare, 1.5 hectare owned by each farmer, which again is distributed on 3-4 different sites. That means that an average orchard in a South Tyrolean farm is roughly 4,000 to 5,000 square meters. So it's very small and it's pretty similar to your place here. What I also want to say is we are, because of N9, let's say 20, 25 years in front of you. If you go back to the 80s and 90s, in Italy, especially in South Tyrol, we had also seedlings, we had strong rootstock M7, 106, 111, M26, but then ultimately averages of 60 to 70 tons per hectare, which are with high quality. That means with a 95% backup. So that's great. Here we have, for instance, Bacai Gala, which is a Gala clone that is suitable for high elevations like 6,000 to 7,000 feet, and in lower elevations we still suggest Schnickelreit, a dark Baron. There we go. So you really can see that we have mountains next. You see big mountains, very similar to your mountains here, not as tall as yours. You're in the Himalayas, but nevertheless we have mountain area. So we have flat areas as well in the valley, but then up the slopes we have as well very steep orchards where we need to think about climate, soil, rain. We need to make, we have erosion problems, so we also have similar problems that you have here. We are lucky in Italy that we don't have these heavy monsoons like you, but by knowing that, I think in the next years also here you can maybe think about it by installing a better drainage systems in your orchards, by thinking about these heavy rainfalls that can happen. So just in case to prevent further losses in your wonderful orchards and place here. So maybe what maybe something about irrigation and fertilizer. What I have observed in this week by traveling here in Himachal Pradesh, Most of the orchards are too vigorous. So keep in mind, vigorous orchards where you have long shoots of 1.5 meter will never produce good fruits. Okay? We always need balanced trees. You see these trees. This, for instance, is the red velox. Yeah. It is a red delicious red velox orchard where we have balanced trees. So the key to success is having balance in your orchard. That's not meaning 3 centimeters of growth, but not even 1.5 meter of growth. So we need approximately this 30 to 50 centimeter of growth. That's what we need. Okay? So coming back to fertilizer and irrigation, please don't follow some plans that you find on the web that a friend of you has get from a professor from the US, from New Zealand, from Italy, from wherever. No, your own orchard, and the chairman told you have as well your own laboratories where you can do the soil analysis. Do it by yourself. The trees will tell you, I need something or I don't need something. Okay, don't go there blind and just because you read somewhere 150 kilograms of nitrogen, you give it and that's it, everyday water. No, 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 no. It's not working like that in agriculture. You need to check your orchard, you need to have a look. Have a look here, wonderful dark barren orchard. Huh? So you see the vigor. We have balanced orchards. We have these 30, 40 centimeter shoots, but then we have nice balance. Okay? We have nicely distributed fruits. So again, fertilization, you start with a very basic fertilizer treatment in springtime during flowering time, but then according to the growth of your tree, then you decide, okay, I need further fertilizer or it's enough. Okay, very important, because believe me, most of the orchards are 3 times too vigorous, not 2 times, 5 times too vigorous. And by producing wood, you're not producing flower buds. But what we need is flower buds to produce high quality fruits. And what we also need is the right planting distance. What I also observed here is that many farmers that now are planting dwarfing rootstocks like M9, sometimes they choose very narrow spacing. So please at least go for 8-9 feet. That's the right distance. We have seen some orchards with 5-6 feet, but you cannot manage these orchards. Believe me, the first 2-3 years everything is wonderful, but then you cannot manage it. Because the investment, this new M9 orchard, will last for the next 20 years, not for 5 years. Huh? So choose the right distances, maybe call some experts. I mean, Kunal has a lot of experience. He was plenty of times, more than 10 times in Italy, he has seen. So what we want is that you are not going to make the mistakes that we have done 20 years ago. Otherwise, I would be silent, let you do, you make the mistakes, you realize by yourself in 5 years, okay, it's not going to work, the guy from Italy was right, and then you're going to make the things in the right way. No, do it right now, immediately, okay? Don't watch some nice videos from, I don't know, from which place of the world. Believe me, we have done these mistakes. Your heart is hurting and your pocket is hurting. Believe me, by doing mistakes, you lose a lot of money. So if you can, don't do these mistakes. Choose the 8-9 feet, go for 2.5-3 feet between the trees, and from the beginning, try to keep the tree compact. Don't let the tree grow. We always need to stimulate the tree. We will see it later when we go to the orchards. Sometimes cut back a branch to the trunk, restart again. So we need to have a slender spindle. I always say this nice slender spindle. It's not called fat spindle. It's the slender spindle, okay? With a nice table, with a nice basic branches, and then you go up with a pyramid. You have this nice Christmas tree. Okay? Keep in mind, slender spindle, not fat spindle. Okay? And balanced trees, where all our fruits are narrow, are next to the trunk, and are exposed to the light. Here we are in another orchard of a good friend of mine, Tommaso. Kunal was there as well, so you can see that also these guys have not easy orchards, very steep orchards, where you can realize that it's not an easy farming, but nevertheless, it's so steep, nevertheless, they have a high mechanization, which will be the next step in the next 10, 15 years. Not tomorrow, you're not prepared, but in the next 10, 15 years, whenever you have nice M9 orchards here, there are machines that can really climb up the hill. But guys, we have 40% of slopes, so really steep slopes here. But there are nice machinery. And I know, okay, not now, because still little orchards, still old traditional orchards where you cannot pass with machinery, but this is the future. Again, 15 years, that's an easy working. That's how working in the orchard makes even more fun. That motivates you every day to go out in the orchard by having fun there, by working there, by knowing, okay, I'm going to producing high quality apple, and hopefully I'm making good money out in the market. So you can see it is every wheel has his own suspension. It's crazy. And then we have also with our little tractors, we have also these mountain roads where we have to bring out our fruits. You work with 15 kilogram cages. We are now a step in front of you. We work with 320 kilogram cages. So 20 years ago, all our farmers were harvesting the apples in the 15, 20 kilogram cages. So now, and you see, these are steep roads. Up and down the mountain, and they are trying to drive out their daily crop. And here, for instance, it's a golden delicious farmer, but not only, and it's crazy, huh? Believe me, we have the same slopes as you, huh? Small orchards, you see all different owners, like in Himachal. We have not farmers like in the US that owns 5,000 hectares, one big block. No, it's not existing in Italy. At least not in my region. If you go then 200-300 kilometers to the south, to Bologna, to Ferrara, then you find 100 hectare blocks. But in our place, 100 hectares are owned by 200 people, like Himachal Pradesh. So here we are again in Josef's orchard, where he's using the Placo truck. So this is a high-tech machinery where they can just pick the apples, put it on the machine, and then the machine will automatically refill the bin by himself. You can pick at the same time the upper part and the lower part, and then we have our big facilities where we bring all our apples, and then all the apples will be selected by high-tech machinery, and then will be graded, sorted, based on the diameter, based on the color, and then packed and then shipped all around the world. While you are lucky here that I would say 90% of the production is consumed in India, our production needs to be exported. So you, if we are talking about this, you have a high potential because all your production is consumed here. So really, you have a big potential here, very big potential. Even if you are producing 100 lakhs of cages, was that the 100 lakhs of? Because he said the normal production is 70 lakhs boxes. So even if you produce 100 lakhs boxes or 150, you're there's so many people in India, it will be easy peasy to sell that. So don't be afraid of producing too much. There is a big potential here, especially here in this nice area with good climate, with good color. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. So together with Kunal Chauhan, our partner here, we are working since many years in Himachal Pradesh, and we try to introduce this new dwarfing M9 rootstock with high quality varieties like Dark Baron, like Red Velox, Red Lamb, Garabal, what else, David Gara, Schneekorek. And also, I know that everybody tries to sell something new, and I have the best, and he has the best, and he has the best. I always say, have a look to the orchards. Go maybe to Shimla region. Come to Italy. You're all welcome. Have a look to orchards that have several years and look it with your eyes. Because everybody is always, it's very easy to say, I have the best, take mine, it's better. No, if you look it with your eyes, you go to Kunal's orchard, to their orchards in Shimla region, have a look there. You will see. Just believe in guys that have experience. If someone is coming and saying, I have the best blended, you will have fabulous results, and nobody has ever seen that, don't believe it. You can try some trees, whatever, but don't go for big orchards with some varieties that nobody knows. Really, believe me. We have done the same mistakes in Italy. Varieties coming from the US, varieties coming from New Zealand, whatever. Make your trials. Go with that varieties where you have experience, where you know it's easy to handle, it gives good crop, nice color, fruits every year. Don't go for something new without trying, okay? Really, believe me. Even the US has done some mistakes. Now with Cosmic Crisp, they planted 4,000 hectares, 12 million trees of a variety that they don't know. They are crazy, eh? And now they are making huge mistakes, and now all the farmers need to learn, and in 4, 5, 6 years, maybe they will have